Hello and welcome to Daily Game Design. This is it's been a long time since I started a session this late. In the morning, I was indisposed. I went over to um, what Hilton Hawaiian Village, I think. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, helped with some music. There was some church leadership that was over there having some meetings. My friend Eric, who's the president of our conference over here, the region Hawaii conference, went over there, and so Jana, his wife, and I sang. We led a short worship, and then anyway, from there, I should have taken a picture. I went back to the conference office, which is where we have our Monday nights, and I set up one set of shelves, and it basically cleaned up the whole thing. So I brought a bunch of stuff back home too, stuff that was kind of hovering after the retreat. It really is true that it's the cleanup of the retreat that's the worst part. Well, anyway, I was really glad. I talked with Jana for a while, had a really positive conversation. Some of it, actually, most of it was really about what we do on Mondays, what we do in service and as a form of ministry, a form of social support on Mondays. Anyway, really positive conversation, and yeah, well, here we are. I getting some laundry done and stuff like that. What I want to do today is think through a little bit more about koalas and trees, and then try to finish off whatever I can with Sugar Shack, because I've noticed a pattern. It is easy to jump around from design to design, get excited about something. I've been um, very excited about Solar Smugglers when it clicked that I can retheme this thing and I can add some interesting layers, and that will really improve the experience in the game. Oh, nice. Okay, so BGG see, they do this thing where they change the artwork every time, and yeah, so I really like this style. I had a really nice time at BGG actually. And even though, oh no, yeah, I'm expecting this. So apologies for a really rough stream. I think it is basically a factor of, like, if I'm streaming in the morning, then there's just less traffic. Um, so yeah. So anyway, wow, this looks really nice. This looks really cool. I actually like this a lot. Yeah, I would love to go again. I'm still talking with my new buddy Reed about what it would be like to go to RageCon. I think it is. Is it Nevada? I think it's in Nevada. Because I guess that's a very designer friendly. Um, it's a designer friendly con where I think the Unpub room is very, very well attended and well supported. And that I really like. That is my intention when I go to these cons. The intention is to be pitching, to be meeting people, giving feedback, taking feedback, connecting with publishers. That's the overall goal. So I don't typically go. I'm not going to buy games. Not necessarily. I'm not even really going to play very many games. A lot of people go for early releases or promos, or to play the hot games in general. but that's not why I would go to these things. Because I want to take it seriously that I really want to get some of these games um, published. So that's, yeah, it's definitely a different type of focus. But anyway, BGG Con. Yeah, it would be nice to go again, but I have a feeling that the expense is not. I don't know. It's hard to justify it, to be honest. I went last year as my first time going to a con. It was somewhat fruitful, but can't say that there was, massive outcomes necessarily. But I know it's a time thing. I know it's an investment thing. But yeah, I don't think. Um, yeah, I don't know that I would go unless I start seeing a lot of fruit from a lot of growth business wise from what we're working on now in terms of um, leadership training through games. Yeah, so if all of a sudden I had a windfall of business and things were working really well, I think it'd be great to. I think it'd be important to go to more of these kind of things. So we'll see. Okay, so the last thought I was really processing with koalas in trees. So to reiterate, oh, you know what? I can actually just open up the mod in TTS. Oh, let me check something really quick. I just got the invoice from the camp, and I have a feeling it is more expensive than I expected. So, hang on just a second. Um, Let me see what I thought it was going to be. Okay, so I'll be playing with. Let's say I'm just playing with 4 people. I don't think I can just. Oh, okay. Okay. It's actually slightly less expensive than I thought it was going to be. Praise the Lord. Uh, 4. Okay, that helped a lot. It was about $300 cheaper than I expected. I'm not sure why. Um, yeah, not exactly sure why. Well, anyway, that's really good news. I also think they're going to be charging me. Interesting. I don't know if they did us favors, but it kind of feels maybe like they did. Okay, how am I going to do this? So I just wanted to illustrate what why I think the three actions as I considered them. Why I don't think they would work exactly. Well, anyway, let me just give everybody 8 cards. See, that's pretty legible. That actually turned out really good. So I made some changes kind of last second to the card layout because obviously you can't tell, like if these cards were stacked and there was no small icon on the top left, you would have no idea what these cards are. But oh, why are all the babies out here? Wow. Okay. So here's what would be happening. So let's say I'm this player. Well, right here at the start of the game, and I think because there's essentially no yeah, I'm gonna need to shrink these cards. Maybe I should just do that. So everybody's just gonna be playing branches, right? If let's say it's this person's turn. So what I was thinking is, why would anybody ever say, I don't know, let's have everybody just play something. There's not going to be any real drama here at the start, and maybe this is actually a true weakness of the game. Is literally everybody is going to be playing branches for a while. Okay. Then everybody would pass their cards. So I'm just going to set these aside for now. Whoa. Okay, this is, and I think it's okay. I mean, it would be nice if there was a real choice here at the start, but I don't think there is. I don't think there is a real choice. I think instead, let's say this person plays this guy like this. Okay, and this one, do they start a second one? Maybe. I think this guy's going long as well. Let's just start another one. The thing is, there is like this great number of Yeah, I almost think that the branches really should be of a different type. Like maybe there really should be two types of branches. And yeah, not too sure what to do about this actually. Interesting. Something about a draft? Registered for them. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, because there's nothing interesting here. In fact, there won't really be anything interesting for a while. So I think there'd be a lot of like play a card here. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking here was the one thought I had today or yesterday, and it is that the three actions could be um these are the three actions before you end your turn with everybody playing a card to the table. The three actions could be pass your hand, which is pretty much like you think there's really not much you would want in this hand. Although, right now, because there's only three types of cards and eight cards, then you probably actually do want most everything in this hand. So why would you ever ask to you know to to pass the hand? So I actually think yeah, there's kind of a real I think there is a fundamental problem here. Like with players being able to pick, I just don't see why. Like why would, for instance, why would this player, why would this player want to do anything other than just play all these cards? Right? Because what they would get is this. And that's great. Like that's a solid I guess they would have one left like this. Like that's a really solid first round. Because you built up these branches as tall as they could go, and then you marked them, you capped them with koalas that want to climb really high. So it's perfect. Like why would you ever ask to trade? And the thing is that could be true for quite a few of these players. This one probably not because um, probably not because these guys want to be on um, short trees. Also, I do kind of like how these line up like this. Yeah. Okay. So what's the problem here? I think this might actually go back to the command deck. Yeah, so I wanted 3 actions, but the 3 actions, I feel like, you know, pass the hand. Why would you do that unless there's really nothing in your hand you want? Because there are only 3 card types, it's like inevitable that you'll have something you want. So I think that's a little bit weird. And then why would you ever pass 1 card, especially pass 1 card to the left? So I was thinking you could pass one. Let's say the normal direction of passing cards is left. So when you pass your hand, you pass it left. Well, let's say you could pass 1 card to the right. Well, that's a risk because the player you just passed the card to might want that card, might think you want that card, so they'll play it. And so in that case, that wouldn't really work. But there's also no great reason to just pass 1 card to the left. Like you would just ask for a new hand if you're going to be passing any cards anyway, right? So I have a feeling that these players, these players are not really going to want to use these actions. Excuse me for chewing. But it's like where's the tension here? Like what's the big problem? And if it's just regular drafting, then it's just regular drafting. Right? If it's just take a card and pass the cards, then like, well, who cares? It's just like what makes this game special? There's tension in it, right? And there could be cute artwork, but there's not much else. There's nothing really like original for sure. If it's just passing. Hmm. Hmm. What about this? What about um what about if everybody what about if the action is actually based on what the player reveals? So if it's let's say it's my turn and I pick a card I pick a card out of my hand. Let's say it's a branch. Every time I pick a branch out of my hand, um maybe I can play wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. What if on my turn when I play one of the 3 types of cards, The effect is like these actions. So let's say I play a branch. The branch is a do nothing play. Okay? You just keep your hand, and then it's the next player's turn. If you play a young koala, no. If you play the adult koala, you pass the. If it's your turn, remember it's turn by turn. If you play the adult koala, then you pass your hand. Let's just say. If you play the baby koala, you pass one card to the right or something like that. So play a branch on your turn, do nothing. Now that doesn't mean other players have to be playing a branch. Like if you play something, that's the action that takes place. But they can play whatever they want. So they might want to sneak in something. Like if they're watching you and they're playing, and you're playing a branch, it looks like you're playing branches, then they might play a branch expecting that they're going to keep their hand and play something else from their hand, right? So I think there could be something here. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna update Gemini. So in other words, the player is making the choice about which action to take, but the action is only it's a consequence of the card they wanted to play. Okay, I have a bombshell change to share with you. The actions are now not spoken, but instead a consequence of playing certain cards. So the new turn structure. The new turn structure. Choose a card from your hand. Place it face down. Then all players simultaneously reveal their card. Then the active player, we'll call him the active player whose turn it is right now, announces which card they played and the resulting action / effect. Okay, if it is a branch card, do nothing, and the turn passes to the next player. If it is an adult koala, adult / fat koala, pass your hand. All players pass their hand to the left. If it is a baby / skinny koala, all players pass what? Pass one card to the I think pass one card to the right. Okay, we'll see how Gemini does incorporating this. Here's the reason I like this. It's because players are not choosing the action, they're choosing the card which results in an action. So I think what's interesting about that what's kind of interesting about that is that it gives players time. Oh wait, you know what? Yeah, I think koalas should always force some kind of change. Let me see what Gemini thinks. I just don't know if yeah, this might be it. I mean, maybe there might not be a reason to. Hmm. Yeah, the important thing is that the cards are moving around, and players have influence over this movement. But it's more about there's a reason to there's a reason for the cards to be moving, and that is incidental to the players doing what they want. So before, I felt like there was not really. What in the world? This is nothing. This doesn't make any sense. Remove the skinny koala ability. That is not necessary. Okay, well, I feel really good about this innovation. I'm kind of surprised. Um, so what I can do is I can actually add. Well, this is definitely like a quick fix. Should I do it now? I guess I should add. Nope. I should just add that this is 1 point. Yeah, I needed this on here anyway, so this is actually good. Okay, and then I'm going to add one more thing. Do nothing. So this is now the action, and I'm going to put a little box around it, I think, just to set it off from everything else. Wow. Hello, Internet. Wait, what? Is OBS? What? This is very weird. It looks like OBS is not running. I don't get it. But interesting. The streaming is still happening somehow. Okay. It just looked like the internet is going really slow, and so I'm just kind of checking it. But I can't open OBS. It looks like it's closed, but it's not closed. Okay, let me see if I can drop this in here. Pass one card. Card right. Maybe I should have a different color for all of these. And I need to shift it, put it this side. Pass hand left. So the reason I'm putting this one, like pass hand left, the reason I'm putting it on the adult koala is that there's more incentive to play the adult koala earlier. So if you're building a lot of small branches, then if you're if you want to get points fast and early with very little risk, then you can play then you would play the adult koala on short trees or branches. Like you kind of want to play an adult koala as soon as you can, because that's when they're most efficient. So that's why I think we're more likely to see early adult koalas. And because they're earlier, that means the passing is going to take place sooner. Whereas the baby koala is not going to be played very soon. So this little uncommon effect, I feel like will be fine. It'll just happen during it'll happen toward the end of the round, and that could be perfect. So anyway, I really, really like what just happened. Should I update the whole mod? Maybe. And then I really do. I want to spend some time at least on Sugar Shack, because I need to get these games over the finish line. And sometimes what that means is like updating the sell sheet or just kind of self playtesting to confirm things are working well. Honestly, I think one of the reasons why I slowed down, like I have these bursts of progress, and then really what's the main issue is like I just need playtesting. I need to show up to virtual playtesting and get it done. But these days it's been harder just because the retreat is happening, and it's just a lot going on, and then it's kind of early in the morning, or I'm subbing that day or something like that, right? So it's just easy to find ways or reasons it's easy to find reasons why I'm not showing up. Okay, so I have what I need now. Oh, I was going to change the number too. I was going to make them more common, but from what I just saw, I kind of think maybe I don't need to. Did I ever... Wait, let me see. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 8. So it's 8 and 8. So it turns to like 16. What if we did 10 and 10? So just 20 and 60. So I'll do that. Wait, no. How many cards is it? It was 3 times 8 times 4, which I think was 96. 96. So it was 80, right? So it was 80 80 branches. I wonder, is whistling irritating through the mic? I have no idea. Okay, I think that's it. Now we need, let's do, oh no. Yeah. Let's do 10 and 10. And then that'll leave us with 76. Okay. So 76 plus 20 is 96. And then I'll do the same thing. I'll just copy. So should I save this as a different version? I guess I probably should, right? I'm going to move older designs. It's already older. That's crazy. Oh, wow. These can move too. Wow. See, I have, this is crazy. All right. I'm going to move a whole bunch of this stuff. Wow. Sugar Shack 15 and 16. It's still like good and I think important to look at. Wow, even Long Winter's Nap. Bye bye. Sorry, we have solar smugglers now. Wow. Party Wave is, this version is certainly gone. Adra HQ. Wow. Okay, now we're back to like super old designs right here. Oil in My Lamp. That's even older than that's even older than Long Winter's Nap. Pickleball. Wow. Look, it's just all iterations. Look, Haikawahu. Wow. Wow. Nice. I don't know if we need this. Which is the most up to date one? I don't know. Party Wave Pitch. Huh. Okay, I think that's good. And now, all right, so that's up to date, right? Because I have Koalas and Trees too. Let me just see how it looks. Shuffle everything. And then deal 8 cards to everyone. So let's say, oh, these are too big. Let me fix this actually. No, let me load this and then shrink it. So I think this is an very unusual drafting mechanic. Now we can groove. Now we can shuffle. And now we can deal. Yeah, see, there are still some hands that are just branches. But even then, you still have a choice to make, actually, because you could want to start multiple short ones, or you could just start going up. And I think that matters. Right? Like if this is mostly your hand, then you're having to decide whether you're hoping for a baby koala or an adult koala. Like that's still, you're guessing, but anyway, I think that's great. I like what's happening there. Okay, I'm going to spend a little while on the old Sugar Shack. Okay, it has been a while here. I wonder if I should take some notes actually. Let me update. Let's see where I was. Actually, I'll probably need to. Come on, Discord. I'm really confused why OBS looks closed, but it's still running. Oh, maybe I can get to it from. Something is really wrong with OBS. But it's still going. Don't ask me why. Okay, so I need to look at. Okay, big change. Big changes already. Instead of players. Actually, let me do a quick layout. Okay, let me. Okay, now I'm going to, instead of players calling out actions, the action is an effect of playing of the active player. of the active player playing a certain card. So it's funny how light and simple this game is. Oh, you know what? Just that comment just reminded me. Got a call from a good friend today, and he's how to say this? He runs a community, a church, basically, and he has a lot of like training materials or teaching materials that um he likes to share with that group, and he's considering making those materials into a game. We talked on the phone very briefly. I was a little nervous that he was inspired to do this because he read a book called Gamify. And if you know me, you might also know that I am not a big fan of that term, or what I think people mean, or what I think that term has come to mean in education. So to gamify usually is just to add a system of extrinsic rewards. That's what I think most people mean, especially teachers. I think that's what most people mean when they say gamify. So it's the sort of thing like Duolingo. So you take language learning, you add some bells and whistles, you add some incentives, and then you have a game. Kind of. You have something more like a learning system. And maybe, I don't know. I can't say that I'm too technical. I can't even describe this stuff too technically. But for me, it feels like it's really just about helping people manage their motivation. So it's almost like a form of manipulation. Of course, it's like productive manipulation because you're finding ways, you're building reward systems that hopefully produce certain types of behavior. Of course, those behaviors have to do with like learning things. So that's nice. And then also it's the case here where if you play this game, then you can learn about this ministry. And fair enough. Or you can learn some of the content of the concepts. But I don't know that that's a game. I don't think my feeling is that is not a game in the modern hobby sense of games. So I'm very curious to know what he's going to send me. He did send no, he said he was going to send a rule book. So I guess he's bringing some rules. And now I'm really curious because he doesn't play very many games. In fact, for a long time, it seemed like he didn't like games and he's kind of uncomfortable playing games. So I'm a little surprised that he thought of this. But it could be an interesting project because I am interested in education and I do think finding ways, um, I think finding ways to teach, but through play is very important and valuable. So, um, yeah. So anyway, it's definitely an exciting prospect. But here we are with an updated version of Koalas and Trees. And oh man. And it looks like I'm at my hour, but maybe I'll spend I am planning on going over to Armchair tonight. But maybe I'll spend 20 30 minutes looking at Sugar Shack. Yeah, I like this. I think it's a very simple, very clean system, and it should be good, right? So I don't know. Now it's just time to playtest, print and playtest. Okay, let's go to Sugar Shack and see where I left off here. Wow, I haven't written anything. Let me see if I took some notes. Whoa. Okay, I need to do a better job documenting changes, because from that image, it looks like quite a bit of stuff has changed. Okay, let's see what we've got here. I think okay, so some significant changes. Well, the most important one is combining all of the disparate cards on one sheet. So that's a huge thing. Also, the way this market is going to go, instead of these cards getting laid out over around or overlapping the cards, I thought it was like a cool, clean system. But in this case, now we just have the mayor up as a pawn, or sorry, not a pawn, as a meeple, literally just moving around. So he's just going to block spaces like this. Okay, the other important stuff is that, well, let me see. Let me take a turn and kind of see if I remember how this works. So on your turn, you're going to move a meeple. And when you do these things. Okay, so let's say I'm going to go here, pay a thing to the thing, and then get $3. Okay, so I did that, and now I'm going to do this like drip thing, so this happens. Okay, perfect. Okay, now blue is going to go do something. Let's say blue. It's actually really unfortunate that the mayor is sitting on the Grange right now. But you know what? Actually, we could probably get kind of close to... Oh. The thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. And should I play all of these cubes? Sure, right? 9. So that's up to 12. Ha! How you doing, Legends? I feel like my stream has been very unstable. The Pride Koala. Oh, I'm sad I missed your enthusiastic engagement on koalas in trees. I've also never heard of a Pride Koala. You know what? I was just saying something, and I don't remember who I was talking to or what it was, because I think it was kind of like I was acting out, but I said hello something, and I thought of you and your hello time roller, or however I feel like you say it like a similar way, like every time. Hello Bonds. Hello Seamus. Like you say your hellos. I think it's very nice. What are you planning on playing tonight? Also, I think it's very cute that it's like you, Sarah, Karen, and Jay who like play together a lot now. It seems like Jam too. You know, Jam came to our Monday nights for the first time, which I thought was also very sweet and nice. Um, okay, so where was I? So Blue just made a whole lot of money and now needs to run this little drip tap here. So a question I have is whether or not a player is going to remember this, right? To always do this thing and then do this thing. Okay, now red is going to go. I think red can come out here, drop a cube. Okay. Oh no, I was going to scooter and suddenly I hear some rain. Okay. So they activate this thing, and then do a little drip. So now it's blue. Blue doesn't blue doesn't have any cubes left, so I guess blue's gonna go over here. So here are the steps. Actually, I really like how this turned out. So first it checks income. There's no income for blue. So then it goes to moving these cubes up into that area. Okay. So what's kind of missing right now is that when a player so blocking is not really a thing here. Instead what's happening is that let's say red really wanted to go here. They don't. But what would happen is blue would get kicked out and could place on either one of these two spaces. So blue is just going to go here and take an extra uh, like taps action, and then so that's here, and then tap. So it's actually two taps actions if that happens. So anyway, but now red is kind of in need. Oh wait, they still need to do this. See, I have a feeling it's going to be easy to forget that stuff. Yeah. Red needs to. I think red's going to come down here, move these cubes like this. Move, there's no income, and then do the taps action. So there is this constant flow, really steady flow of sap. Whereas I kind of gave up on that. I don't know. It just feels like it's almost like an upkeep thing. You just need to remember to do it every time, and I think that could be a problem for some people. But anyway, the flow is very steady, and these players need these cubes, so it's not. I don't think it's like a real. Yeah, I think it's a good thing that it is this steady, constant drip. Actually. Okay, so that was red. Now what can blue do? Blue. What is this guy doing? Oh. What is blue? Oh, this guy. Yeah, he should not be here. Blue is here and here. So I think what blue wants to do is a recall. Let's do this. We'll do the recall. Wait, am I missing something? Am I forgetting something? Was I thinking that you could play any number of meeples on your turn? Yeah, because what's the use of having an extra meeple, really, except to just get in the way of the other player? And even then, I don't think that's like, I don't know if that's that useful. I just don't know. Well, anyway, so I recalled and I have what I need here. So I get rid of 2 cubes. And this goes, I guess, to the bottom. Get $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then an extra meeple who goes here. But why? Like, what's the use? I actually don't really know. Okay, so this next one comes up, and he is going to block what? The grant office, which is not bad. Okay. So that was a recall, and then still the drip. That's the thing. You always constantly need to like go back and remember like where am I? Well, it's just there are these steps, so the steps are written out. It's just you need to remember to like go through the steps, and it is a weakness I think of the game. It's like kind of asking players to keep track, but I don't know. Well, that was blue. Now red just wants to get in the way. What could red? Ooh, red could dump stuff here and start getting income. Red needs money. And I don't think you can bump yourself. That's definitely a key. If red goes here, then they get the 9 money and an extra worker. Or here, and then you get the income. I think I'm going to try going here. So that goes like this. Now it's blue. If blue goes in here, and then takes this. Red will go here. Oh wait, gets income of 2. Bam, and then these move up. Both of these players should be getting upgrades. Let's do that. So let's have this upgrade happen. What is really the use here? It's just you're more likely to get bumped, right? That's the main advantage. I think so. Yeah. Okay. Let's go for it. So it's next time I recall, then I add the 3rd guy. Do I move one of my workers and then play any number of temporary workers? Is that the thing? Huh. Okay, so I like the changes so far, but there are a lot of them, and I haven't been taking good notes. So just being honest. Just being honest. Oh my God. Cause if I'm being honest, I'm not being honest. Major changes include a central board instead of all on cards. Reintroduced the evaporator. Did I put the name? Did I name this card? Yeah, I did. Evaporator in storage right here. Okay. Reintroduce the evaporator so that the theming would be stronger. Sap is a constant drip. Can bump workers. They come back to one of two Sugar Shack locations. I don't really know what to do with these temporary workers. Should they be... You can play any number of them on your turn. Maybe? Because if I'm being honest, I'm not being honest. Oh no, I basically left all of my games at the conference office. I mean, I have big stuff here, but I definitely left all my party games at the conference office. So tonight I don't know what we're going to play at Armchair. Maybe I should go early so I can sit with Sam, Dave, and them. Is that right? The mayor is a meeple. Mayor cards are resolved by recalling workers. Yeah, there's just so many good changes. Like I think this is good. Anyway, I'm at an hour 20 minutes. I think I'm gonna prep to go down to Armchair. Just excited for an evening of gaming and connecting with people. And yeah, I think that's it for me. I'll definitely be back tomorrow. I have so much work to do to get my class caught up with my class. So maybe we'll see how momentum is tonight at Armchair, but maybe I should come back and work for a couple of hours. I don't know how the weather's going to be. I think tomorrow is the bad day, right? So it's drizzling right now. Tomorrow is definitely the bad day. Wow. So it's the forecast I'm looking at says 2.2 inches of rain for the day. So we are expecting some flooding, some more flash flooding. Anyway, it was good to kind of get a refresher here on Sugar Shack. I think I'll pick up Sugar Shack tomorrow. This one, my dream is to go to Paverson, for this game to go to Paverson. Because they're already in the kind of niche artisan craftsman type theming space. I just signed up for a playtest for Ringio. I don't know what the game really is, but they just announced it. It's going to be on Kickstarter in May, I think, something like that. So anyway, I signed up for a playtest on Sunday for that, and just to get a sense of it. Um, anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. I will see you soon. Bye bye for now.